Guys, so I just got done watching the latest Dragon Ball Super episode. I can't right now. I can't do this. Hold on. Let me take a drink right here. I can't. Gohan, you fucking suck. So this week's episode of Dragon Ball Super made some significant changes to the actual resurrection of F content from what happened in the movie opposed to what's happened in the TV series. Now there was a couple different things that I actually preferred that the TV show did because it just kind of helped to make things make a little bit more sense in certain aspects. So I was kind of glad that they made some of these changes. I mean, one of the biggest changes they made was keeping that Tagoma character around, because Tagoma in the movie, he was pretty much like nothing. He was just there for the sake of being there. But in the actual TV series, not only do we get to see that he was training with Frieza, which I really hope we get to see more of Frieza's training, the fact that he was training to be able to beat the shit out of Tagoma enough to just keep him alive so that he could do that to Goku at some given point, and using him as a training partner. You got to think to yourself, if Frieza gets to a point where he will be capable of fighting Goku and Vegeta or be somewhat on par with them, then him training with Tagoma, this Tagoma guy is going to eventually get up there. Now, when Sorbet looked at the scouter and looked at his power level, I was kind of confused. It was like, oh, he's on the Ginyu level or maybe even above the Ginyu level or whatever. And I'm like, that's still very fucking outdated. Everybody on this whole crew except Roshi can kick the Ginyu Force's ass, but I'm hoping that that's not the full extent of his power. That's just like, you know how the Z Warriors can raise their base power level to something insane or whatever. That's what I'm hoping, because at the end of the day, when he had first said, oh, they're on Zarbon and Dodoria's level, I was thinking to myself, who the fuck are Zarbon and Dodoria? They are cornballs compared to what the Z Warriors have become. So the fact that Tagoma has trained with Frieza and everything, I'm hoping that that means that he's on a whole other level and that he's actually going to be able to give them a full-on legit fight. Not that, oh, he's on Zarbon's level, but somehow he's beating a Piccolo that was past the Super Saiyan. Like, I'm hoping that this time around, things will make a little bit more sense. And seeing what seemingly is going to be the return of Captain Ginyu, seeing that frog at the end. And if you've seen the preview is looking like it's making some really good changes, because we got the setup in this episode of Goten and Trunks getting involved, which I was like, why the hell wasn't Gotenks in the Resurrection F film? I love having a little Gotenks, even if it's just comedy or whatever. Like, Gotenks is awesome, and at the end of the day, you gotta think, okay, they wanted Majin Buu or whatever, but Gotenks is Super Saiyan 3. So yeah, get them involved, because Super Saiyan 3 is strong as fuck, and that's something that we could definitely use, especially considering the fact that Gohan fucking sucks. And one of the things that they changed with this episode was having Gohan being bear hugged by that guy that's supposedly on Zarbon's level. And at first I was thinking to myself like, yo, Gohan, how are you getting bear hugged or whatever? But seemingly it was nothing to him, and he was about to, you know, fuck him up. And then that shot that goes through both of them, and it's like, Gohan, what's going on here, bro? Like, the difference between what happened in the Frieza movie, which still arguably there's problems with that, like, you know, Goku getting shot through the chest by that blast or whatever. Difference here is that Gohan wasn't necessarily like completely, you know, like out of it and just had a big battle. He was just standing there while a dude was holding him. You're telling me that you couldn't sense this dude's ki that was about to go right through you and that motherfucker? Like, are you serious right now, Gohan? Like, I need to make the Gohan video, because I am just appalled at what he's become. This is one of the characters as a child that I looked up to. I would feel the same way if something like this happened to Goku, because Goku is another character that I looked up to. But I remember, man, I remember when he trained and became Mr. Gohan, or what people call him Ultimate Gohan or whatever, you know, when he didn't need to go Super Saiyan anymore because he was that fucking good. I remember that. What happened, bro? I understand his whole character was leading up to him being a scholar because of Chi-Chi, blah, blah, blah. But come on, son. Come on. That shit, honestly, as a fan, and just looking at it in terms of his power, he couldn't have gotten this fucking weak and pathetic the way he's been displayed in the film and now the TV series. Gohan, I'm sorry, as of right now, until something major happens to give you back your badass status, you fucking suck. Alright, you suck. And that's just my utmost frustration and disappointment in a character that I looked up to and thought was the bomb and amazing. Like, Gohan, my boy, do something, please. Couple extra bits in the episode was Goku and Vegeta, more training and stuff like that. And like I said in last week's episode, I think I said in my review, if I'm correct, the whole thing is gonna not make sense if Goku and Vegeta don't master that Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan form, or Super Saiyan Blue form way before they go and fight Frieza, because they made that comment in the movie to Frieza, oh, you got your new transformation and ran to Earth without mastering. They better master it with some decent time. I'm hoping there's a time difference of what's happening on the planet that they're training on compared to what's going on Earth, because if not, they're going to look like idiots, and it's going to be hypocritical compared to the comments that they made in the movie compared to whatever happens in the TV series. Like, they might remove that comment, but still nonetheless, it's like, it was a legit comment. Like, you don't just reach a form and just say, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go fight now. Master that shit. And with all that being said, honestly, it was still an alright episode. It was still alright to good. Maybe 6 to a 7, possibly. If you want to really stretch it, go to the 7. But Gohan fucking sucks at the end of the day. The power scaling is looking a little bit better in comparison to the movie, because they're like, he's Ginyu, and I think he's gonna be way even stronger than that. You know, they say he's, you know, Ginyu force level or whatever. And the stuff with Tagoma in general training with Frieza, that should give him some credit to boot that, okay, if Frieza is on a whole other level none of these motherfuckers could take on, then this Tagoma guy that trained with him should be, you know, somewhere up there and shit like that. So it'll make sense that one of the flunkies is able to fuck up all these people. And I mean, Gohan has been relegated to crusty. Piccolo, I don't know how strong he is at this point. And I mean, the excuse of Boo sleeping, it's like, I would have liked to have Majin Buu in this, to finally see him do something heroic aside from the shit that happened in GT. Like, let's see Majin Buu do something cool, but maybe we'll have to wait until a future arc for that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about the shit that is going on with Son Gohan in Dragon Ball Super? I mean, in general, ever since Battle of Gods and now and everything, is just like, what happened to my beloved character? Toriyama, if it's you, why are you doing this? If it's not, if it's Toei, why are you doing this? Whoever the fuck is doing it, why? And your real thoughts of the episode. What do you think about Tagoma? What do you think about the preview for next week? Because next week it looks like it's gonna go down. And that motherfucker that we thought was coming back, I remember I said something, because like everybody's like, oh, he's gonna come back, he's gonna come back. And I was like, well, Tagoma's sticking around, maybe it'll be him. BAM! And your real thoughts of the episode again. I mean, it is what it is, I guess, Gohan, huh? But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.